hate that. There needs to be like when I go live on the OBS, it needs to warn me and say, "Hey, don't forget to click that go live in YouTube."
Yes. Now it's live.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you know, but
no, I know now. Yeah, you know what's funny is that I think once again they can still hear everything that we're saying. But what's funny is I did the same exact thing the last time we were on.
Yes, and I was talking for like 10 minutes.
I know. Well, at least this time we caught it early.
No, I caught it early.
Well, come on, it's we, man. It's always we. You and me. You know the things we do together.
Always.
All right, fuck it.
Vito just messaged me to inform me that we're not live.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, no, mics are live. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know the mics are live. But that's what's making. You know what? Let's just do the whole show like this.
You know what? I don't mind that at all. I look pretty rough. Right?
You really do look rough. I said that.
But you know, it's important.
I know.
It's like suntanning in fucking Florida.
Hey, somebody's got to do it. All right, I'm gonna play the intro. Shh.
Change it. I think that's one of the reasons why Clinton won. You know, Clinton had this. No matter what.
I'll tell you, when we first had this conversation about the letters, you were right. And
you know, I was just playing it up, and these guys are like, "What? It has a boost." You know, I mean, for 25-year-old guys.
Poor job of organizing, poor job of educating too. Hi. How
do you go from like all that to like boom, like here we are?
Because here we are. Let's do the over on the chat. I don't understand why. Like, why does shit change all by itself? How does that happen? And it's no, it's not internet. It's Windows. It's Windows, because all of my sound settings are different. For some reason, my videos, the loops, everything that I just played is coming out of like the monitor for some reason. It's like coming through the HDMI on the monitor and not my speakers. It's fucking crazy, man. It's ridiculous. It's a conspiracy.
First of all, before you say anything else, let's just make sure they can hear us before I start bitching, and then I have to bitch again like a second time.
I guarantee you they can hear us. How about that?
Okay.
How about that?
You.
I guarantee you that they can hear. Can you guys hear us? Why is my fan not on?
Can we get a confirmation on that you can hear?
Listen, they can hear us. There's only 5 people watch us now anyway.
Yes, it's only 5. I tell you what, last week's show, I mean, the last time that we did a show, I mean, it got a couple thousand views. I was surprised,
we get a couple thousand views, you know, and I tell you what, that's not bad.
It's not bad at all. It really is not. In this day and age.
Hold on, Demi's audio is a little bit low. Well, I got him cranked all the way up. Nothing else I could do.
Oh, do you want me to fucking swallow this fucking microphone?
Actually, I do. I want you to swallow that microphone. And by the way, I just want you to know.
Anyway,
how long is our how many years has our bromance been going on?
10 years.
Like 10 years.
A decade. Let me tell you something. It feels like it's 70 years. Honestly, it really does.
It really does.
To me, at least.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what an old married couple, feels like. But
I posted a picture when I first tried an electronic cigarette, like last week. I tweeted about it, and it was 11 years. And a year later, I met you. So it's definitely a decade.
Decade. And to this day, if anybody says anything mean about you or says anything that pisses me off about you, you know what I'm going to say to them?
What?
I'm going to say this to them.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
That's right.
That's what I'm going to say. I will say that to them.
That's right. That's a good response. You weren't like that earlier in our bromance, by the way. I just want to put that out there. This has happened in the last couple of years where you would say that. Because earlier in our bromance, you wouldn't say that.
Yeah, that's true.
But
hey, buddy.
What's up, Brad, Karen, Shannon, Pam, Bridget, Green-Eyed Lady? Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
You like doing the show this early? It's good, right?
Look, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, really. I guess after the show, I still have a little bit of daylight, so I could go do something. I could go for a walk, or I could go for a bike ride, or I could go for a new electric bike ride. I could do that. So here we are, bud. And you know what? This might be a 15-minute show because we really don't have a lot to do today.
No, we don't. 10 years ago, Thomas says Demi was doing the vape wheel at the famous Vape Team show. Can you believe that? 10 years ago, we were spinning the digital wheel, man.
We were spinning it, and we tried to bring it back a little bit with our shows, but well, don't forget, we do have the ladies' night winners tonight. Right?
Yes.
So
yes.
I've got the prizes behind me. I'll get the prizes back out a little bit later on, and hopefully all of the ladies who watch the show entered that contest, so we can give away some prizes. Is Peggy here yet? Is Peggy here?
I don't know. Yeah, but let's talk about Peggy. You are going. You know what's sad? It's like I feel like Peggy is like the only vape store in that area that like still caters to smokers, and you're gonna go there, and I'm not gonna be there, and that pisses me off because they're very rare to find stores like Peggy's.
I know. Well, I'm trying to open up the folder, and it's just a folder on my desktop, just a folder, just sitting there on my desktop, and I double clicked it, and the wheel is going around. It's just a fucking folder. Dear Bill Gates. And whoever's in control of Microsoft Windows now, right?
I don't think it's Bill
Seriously,
Gates. I really don't.
Go fuck yours. This is why people go to iPhones. This is why people go to Macintoshes, because you do something fucking simple like try to open a folder and the fucking folder doesn't open. That's why people leave your shit. It's unbelievable, man. I'm opening a fucking folder. The folder won't open. It's ridiculous.
Oh, there she is. There she is. She's there. She posted a picture today on Instagram with like all this Anakin product and tanks and Z coils, and I swear to God, I got like a little bit teary-eyed. That happens very rare for me, but I was like, man, if more stores in America were like Peggy, I wouldn't have to be here in Europe like working 13 hours a day to make a living. And it's sad, not just for us, but it's sad for the smokers in America. It's sad for the vaping scene. It's just sad all around that there's not more stores. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit when we talk about Tennessee as well, too, because I got a little bit of rant of that as well, too. But it's just sad. Like, I will tell you, like, disposables are in Europe as well, too, but the majority of the businesses still depend on liquid and coil sales, right? The majority of the business that I do in Greece at my stores, 90% of my income comes from liquid and coils. That's it, 90%. We don't even sell mods that much anymore, Phil, believe it or not. Like it used to be a couple of years ago, like, oh, this is how China was pumping out like different mods every week. We don't have that. If we sell like between all 5 stores, if we sell like 20 mods in a month, that's a big month. But people have come to, I'm going to have the Zenith tank. I'm going to buy 3 coils for the month and 2 bottles of liquid, and that's it. And I'm done. And that's what really keeps me going and keeps the stores running. And I get it with the influx of the disposable in America. I get it. But, man, the customers are missing out so much enjoyment in vaping by the stores not promoting that as they used to, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so I have now that I'm done with my rant. By the way, the thing is still going around. So I had to open up something else here, but I had like a lot of feelings about this. It's like a 4.5 hour drive, right? So I'm probably going to leave like 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time I'm going to get there. I think I don't even know what 5 o'clock in the morning looks like. By the way, I haven't seen that in a long time. Larry might come with me though. I think as of right now, Larry is going with me. So, if I can't have you, I could have, second best would be Larry. That's not true, Larry. I love you, man. But I'm sure I'm going to get people that are going to be like, well, why are you going to her shop and you're not coming to my shop? Well, for a couple of reasons. Number one, the most important one, she asked. Okay, right?
Yes.
Is that? And also, she supports us, right? She supports us with selling the unsalted liquid and the new unsalted ice. She has that there. She has the Inikin product line. She has the platform product line, and she still converts, right? So I'm looking forward to going there and to meeting her and talking to her and talking to some of the staff and trying to recapture some of that magic that we had when we used to do this all the time, right? Yeah. When we used to go to these shows and these grand openings, when we used to go to the vape shops, and like you would always see like the same bunch of people there. There'd be a lot of people, but the core would be there, and they'd be, they'd bring out all their best devices, and it was so different, and it's not that long ago. It's not that long. So I'm hoping to recapture that. As a matter of fact, this is what I wrote, and I thought this was really funny. The last part was really funny. I said, I'm really looking forward to this. I said, let's pretend it's somewhere around 2012, 2013, which is about when we met, right? I said, people are excited about vaping and quitting smoking. Vape shops are opening all over the place. I mean, it was like just a surge, like vape shops popping up all over the place, and every one of them doing good. Every one of them lines out the door, right? Vape events in the U.S. are huge. Do you remember the vape events? Yeah. Do you remember when the doors opened and people would run? They would run to get an Empire mod or a drip shield, or like unbelievable. Yeah. There are no issues with flavors, regulations, or negative PR, and probably most important, Dimitri was fatter than I am.
Yeah.
So I said, let's pretend that, and let's head over to 𝗍𝗂𝘀 and celebrate as we once did. Celebrate what we were able to accomplish. Celebrate those who found tobacco harm reduction through vaping when all else failed. And celebrate what places like 𝗍𝗂𝘀 and Peggy Whitmore are still able to accomplish. Let's have some fun. Let's have a chat. Let's tell some stories. Let's reminisce, right? So... I'm hoping to recapture a little bit. Thank you very much, David, for the super chat. I appreciate that.
Thank you, David Blackman. Thank you. We appreciate for that 20 bomb. That's really, really nice of you. Yeah. And I do want to address a few comments that I've got here in my chat. Craig says, 10 years ago, I was laughing at vapors while I choked on my delicious cigarettes. How times change. 5 years off them this year. Congratulations, Greg. We love you, brother. And thank you for everything you do at the platform group and being a friend. Tony Sarandria says, I heard a vaping radio commercial the other day for a nearby store. They said, come in for our latest disposables. Like that was it. The big appeal is disposables. Shaking my head, LOL. Hector says, dear Phil and Demetrius, I just want to tell you that Aries V1 still kicks ass. It's third year. I'm using it and I still love it. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Hector. We appreciate the good comments. We really do. It makes us feel good. But since I can't be there, you should go to the anniversary party at 𝗍𝗂𝘀.
Yeah, hey, look, I would love to see 100 people show up there. It's probably going to be more like 5, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll hang out with 5 people. So there you go. This is their anniversary, 𝗍𝗂𝘀 Vapors Lounge. I believe it is also the grand opening of their new location. So this is going to be this coming Saturday, April 2nd. They're saying that it's starting at 12 p.m. I'm probably going to get there earlier than that, I guess, just to hang out with Peggy and the staff and to kind of have a conversation with them.
Maybe mop the floor, clean the bathroom.
Yeah, because that's what we used to do at Dan's place. I could clean the bathrooms, mop the floor, dust a little bit. And it is at 955 South Woodland Boulevard in DeLand, Florida, where life is worth living, where freedom reigns.
Wow.
Yes. And they're having birthday cake. I don't know whose birthday it is, but food, prize wheel, giveaways, birthday cake. I'm going to bring some stuff. I know Inikin was nice enough to support the event. They sent some stuff their way. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good time. It'll be good. And Peggy has already told me, because I asked her if Jack was going to be there, and she said Jack who? I said Jack Daniels. But she said Tito's is going to be there. So
Tito's
that's
vodka?
Yeah, Tito's. Yeah, oh yeah. If Tito's shows up, I just hope Tito's buddy Lemonade is there as well.
I'm all in on Tito's. By the way, hi to Vape My Noob, the biggest vape star in Greece.
Is he here?
The 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹 of Greece is in the chat. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God, I'm honored.
He also works for me. But aside from that, he is the biggest influencer in Greece on YouTube when it comes to vaping. But anyway, look, I don't care how many people show up. Have a good time. If you talk with 5 or 50 people, the main thing I think for events like this is to go back to our roots and go back to the reason why Peggy, you, me, everybody, we started doing what we're doing. We're trying to help people quit smoking. And if you can get that out of even a small group and come out of it and say, well, I think that I made a positive influence in these people's lives tonight, whether it was going to be via Peggy helping a smoker or offering some deals that people can come and quit smoking, or if it's by you talking to somebody that maybe is struggling or they're new at vaping and you give them that inspiration to continue. Whatever, if there's a slight positive, or what we call in business a net benefit out of this, that's a good thing. And that's all you can ask for, really.
You know, I'll tell a story. You've heard the story, 100 times. Well, both of us have heard each other's stories 100 times, right? Maybe some people in the chat haven't heard it, but earlier on in my review career, if you want to call it a career, I would have other reviewers come up to me and say, "Hey, Phil, I'm doing reviews too, and I only have 100 subscribers." And I would always stop them right there, right? So, what do you mean you only have 100 subscribers? Well, yeah, I want to have as many subscribers as you do someday. And I said, wait. I want you to think about something. Think about the 100 subscribers you have. You have the potential to positively impact 100 lives. You have the potential to save 100 lives. There's not a lot of people in their entire life that can say that, even with your 100 subscribers. I said, so you take your 100 subscribers, you be very, very proud of that 100 subscribers, and you do what you can. You do what you can. It was never about, even to this day, D, for me, it was never about how many subscribers I had, because I watch all these other YouTube reviewers, and I know they make a living out of it, right? And I know they're still doing it, and God bless them for still doing it. But they're so bogged down with analytics and subscribers and views and what I have to do, and I got to keep it short, and my thumbnail needs to look like this. And when I started to get wrapped up in all that, it all of a sudden became no fun for me anymore. Yeah. Right? And again, it wasn't about keeping up with and keeping the number of subscribers. It was about providing good information so you can make an informed decision as to where to spend your money. Yeah. And saving a life or two, in the journey as part of it. Yeah,
I just don't I don't get, especially US reviewers right now, what's the purpose of a review? Those products are not in the stores. They're just not. I have seen stores, and it's just not. Even for my stores in Greece, the hobbyist side of vaping is dead. Yeah. You might not want to accept that. You might think that I'm just telling you that the hobbyist side of vaping is dead. Yeah. And it's not a good thing, but it's not a bad thing either. You're given the opportunity to go back to the roots of trying to get adults to quit smoking, because that's the point of it. The problem is that now the choice, again, in the US is limited. You don't have the options. We have a wall of disposables, and this is going to be, the way that you're going to quit smoking, which it can possibly be. I sell disposables as well too. I've created my own brand of disposables, but I use them in a different way, and they're not the majority of my sales. There is a possibility you can convert even a smoker to a disposable, and from a disposable, Vape My Noob is in the chat right now. He'll tell you he has actually gotten people to quit smoking with a disposable and then transfer them over into a refillable system. Mm-hmm. There is a whole process to do that, though, and your employees need to be trained to do that. You can't just have your employee, a guy comes in, okay, I'm just going to make a sale like I'm in a convenience store. The employee at the vape store needs to be able to be trained to explain to them all the options that are existing out there for various reasons. You have the environmental reason within disposables, which is a huge problem, believe it or not. You have the age problem, where a lot of the kids are buying these disposables. You have the cost factor of the disposables as well too. Somebody's spending, a couple of days, $10 to buy a disposable. There's a lot of things that you can discuss with your customers when they're coming in to convert them. So as a tool, it's okay, but it's taken over the entire industry, unfortunately, in America. And when that happens, like anything else in America, you're threatening the pockets of the big corporations. And then what happens is a law comes out, like the law that President Joe Biden signed last week, that says synthetic nicotine is now covered by the FDA. So all your disposables are illegal. And every disposable in America right now is illegal. I mean,
except Logic. Oh, well, Logic is a replaceable. That's a replaceable. That's a replaceable.
Yeah, but nobody uses the Logic. I mean, let's be honest. The market share for Logic is like 0.006, I think, of the American market. I think in the last report that I saw. So it might be more if they ban every other product. Logic might, go up in sales because there's nothing else going to be available. But again, I'm telling you that we have nobody to blame but ourselves of allowing ourselves to go down that rabbit hole of hype. This is what sells. This is what sells. And once you do that, it draws so many eyes on top of you that even if your goal, even with disposables, was I'm going to help adult smokers quit, that's not the way it's perceived. That's not the way that the product is being used. And that's what triggers a lot of these laws to be put in place to eliminate you as a competition in America. And it's a capitalist country. I mean, that's just the way that it is. You might not like it, but you voted for those elected officials that are in there passing these laws. So you can complain all you want, but it's not going to change anything.
Yeah,
we're gonna die as an industry.
Yeah, well, I wonder if that's going to happen regardless. Here's my thought on disposables and why disposables will never do what this did. Okay, disposable. Okay, so you talk about going from the disposable into the hobbyist, and the only way that's going to happen. The only way that's going to happen is if you have a quality trained person behind the counter in a vape shop and that person buys that disposable in a vape shop. That's the only way that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Unless the person buys the disposable and runs into a 𝗵𝗶𝗶 who says, hey, why are you doing that? All right, it doesn't have to be this big, right? But we can get into something here, and I'm going to save you money on the device. There's going to be less waste. You're going to have more options with okay. The problem with the disposable is the disposable will, let's see if you can follow me here, will never give anybody you the way vaping gave me you being Dimitri, you being everybody in this chat, okay? Because what this did, this came with more than just the sensation of smoking, which is first and foremost very, very important. But it came with other stuff. It came with community. It came with family. It came with friends. It came with events. It came with shows. It came with forums. It came with Facebook groups. You know what doesn't come with any of that? Is a disposable, right? So our style of vaping, we were involved, I think, so much more than just the act of using the device, right? And you're being vested. You're vested financially. You're vested emotionally. You're vested in so many different ways that it kept you on there, and it kept you successful, and it kept you excited to be on there, right? Yeah. And I don't think anybody who goes into a C-store and buys a disposable is going to get any of the experience that we got, that helped us stay off cigarettes. Now, do I think cigarettes are going to go away all by themselves? I think yes. I think eventually nobody's going to smoke anymore. Maybe it's because of disposables. Maybe it's because the cigarette gets crushed more and more and more. Like, you're seeing menthol cigarettes go away now. But I think we could have done it a lot faster if this was celebrated instead of demonized like it is here in the States. Right? So anyway, that's kind of a thought that I had on disposables, and I just don't think it comes with all of the pieces and the parts that our style of vaping came with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I understand what you're saying, Phil. I think that as a product, the disposable has been around since the beginning. So people that are saying that it's like now, it's not now. It has been, disposables have been around since 2009. The problem is that once the laws came into place in America and then Big Tobacco said, I'm going to pull the flavored pods out, we saw that opportunity as an industry to go in there and capture that market. So from a business standpoint, it was a great move, but from an overall tobacco harm reduction standpoint, it was a horrible move. That's my point. Yeah. So I think that we have seen that pattern, though, in the past with cloud chasing and high-end mods. And, I can go on and on with the stuff that's been hyped up for 6 months to a year that initially was a great financial boost to the industry. But overall, as a tobacco harm reduction movement, it was a huge, huge loss of what the outcome was. And the outcome with the disposables is the same. Even though it's a great product, if it's not used correctly, it causes initiation, it causes dual use, and it causes the same jokers that were in the game early on in 2017, 2018, making bad labels and bad marketing for liquid, doing the same thing now for disposables. It causes a bad image. So I don't necessarily think this is the only reason. Obviously, competition is another reason for these laws to be passing, but it really does not give us an out when you see people be, hey, KnownTube, thank you.
Thank you very much, KnownTube.
Thanks for the $5, man. We're always good. Don't worry.
Yep.
But I think it also causes an issue with, if you look at the product itself, right? You can say, well, I have the disposable as a tool. You can't justify that when you have 400 disposables in your store as well, too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I get you want to have a good selection, but when you have 400 different types of disposables in your store, what is the message that we're passing on, right? And the message passing on is, look, we're fucking the environment, and then we have all these disposables because we know somebody's going to come in and buy 20 of them and then turn around and sell them at school for a $5 profit. And that's exactly what's happening. It's happening, folks. I'm telling you, it's happening. But anyway, why do we every fucking show turns into a disposable talk for so let me get some of these comments here real quick. Georgia Boy says, I would love to see you guys do something in Chattanooga. Listen, I would love to be in Chattanooga to do something. By the way, speaking of Chattanooga, Phil attended the largest local club meeting, which was the Scenic City Vapors Club at the time in Chattanooga. We did it at the hotel at the Choo, and we had over 600 people in it. It was the largest. This is 600 people was at a local vape meet, which was the Chattanooga Scenic City. You remember that, Phil? I had made that big poster of you.
You had the big poster.
The photo booth.
I remember.
But I would love to do it there as well, too, but it's just not happening. Larry says the head shops are making a comeback. Absolutely. Junkman says, has Demi dyed his hair a little dark? No more gray hairs? What are you talking about? Look here. Look. But I'm getting more gray hairs every day over here in Greece.
Are you using the Control GX like I am?
Absolutely, yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Glenn Watson says, the Chroma and Zenith got me off the stinkies. Congratulations, baby. We appreciate it. And thanks for the $5, Chris. It's Chris anyway. But Chris, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5 super chat. I'm going to circle back. Because the conversation is going to go into the CBD and the head shop, as Larry pointed out in his comment. The last show that we did, remember I told you there was a bill coming to Tennessee to pretty much ban everything if it doesn't have a PMTA. If you didn't have a PMTA, it was banned. And if you were caught with a vaping device, it becomes a criminal offense. It was a really bad law that's being brought on, not just in Tennessee, but it's being brought on in a lot of states by Big Tobacco. Big Tobacco has seen the success that puff bars have in the U.S. market, and the only way that they can compete with puff bars is to remove them from the market. And the only way that Big Tobacco can remove puff bars from the market is to pass laws that make puff bars illegal to be sold. Okay? Are we good with that? Do we understand why these laws are being made? So thankfully, the same week that this law was brought into Tennessee, the synthetic nicotine bill in federal passed in the omnibus bill, which was also giving money to Ukraine and also budget for America to open up another day. So in that same bill, they passed the same bill making synthetic nicotine now being captured under the FDA. So I called the RGR lobbyist and I said, there's no reason for you to bring it to Tennessee now because it's become a federal law. So why do you want to go through this entire process? And we're going to fight it. We're not going to stand back as TSFA, Tennessee Smoke-Free Association. And even though I'm in Greece, I activated a call to action with a text number, thanks to Lindsay and Char Owen for consumers. I did a call to action through CASA. Through my lobbyist, we got all of our shops, our business owners with text and a specific ask to the legislators. So for 48 hours, we activated. We went full force. And I know personally that bill would not have passed in Tennessee this year. We had enough votes to kill that bill. And I think that RJR knew that as well, too. So they withdrew the bill. They pulled the bill from Tennessee, which is good because, again, I stay undefeated in Tennessee since 2004. However, Phil, the lobbyist for the opposition told me directly. He's like, okay, well, we're going to pull it this year. But he says, we're bringing it back next year. And if you didn't like me this year, you're going to hate me next year. These are the exact words. Yeah. These are the exact words that they used, right? So they're telling you ahead of time, okay, we're going to pull it this year. We'll give you another year. But next year, we're going to come stronger. So you would think, right? Like me, I get it. You would think that the average vapor and the average vape shop owner in Tennessee would understand that. So when do you put the groundwork for next year? You put it today.
Right, start right now.
Put it today. You call your legislator today and you say, look, I'm Phil Busardo. I'm 60 years old. I've been vaping for 10 years. I feel that laws that are being passed are trying to limit my choice to live a healthier life. I'm a business owner. I employ 3 people here. I occupy 1,500 square feet of space. I feel like laws are trying to be passed to threaten my livelihood. This starts today. That way, next year when this bill comes, these lawmakers will know that I got to really, because lawmakers really don't read the laws when they pass them. But if they know that there's chatter and their constituents in their district are talking about this, they're going to read it and they're going to think twice before voting on it. So even though we passed it, we survived this year, it's going to come back next year. Now, while all this is going on, Phil, there's a law being passed about Delta 8 in Tennessee. There's some law came about Delta 8. And even though it's not my thing, and I say that not because I hate Delta, I think that people always misconstrue what I'm trying to say, but I don't hate Delta 8 or CBD or weed or whatever. I don't hate it, but it's not my thing. It's not my thing.
It's not what you signed up for.
No, you want to fight for Delta-8? Go right ahead. Even though I knew about it, I contacted people that sell this in Tennessee. I swear to you, I'll have people vouch that I contacted them privately. And I said, look, I know that this bill is coming. And this is the reason why. If you want to do something about it, because I know you sell it into your vape store, get out there and fight it. And the guys were appreciative. Thank you very much. But in all the conversations that I had, when I talked to them on the phone, this was just last week, Phil. They told me, oh, we know you hate it, but, you know. And I said, oh, wait a second. Because I'm not taking time away from my family to fight for your whatever the fuck you're selling in your vape store does not mean that I don't hate it.
Right.
It's not my thing. I am not right now at 2:00 in the morning in Greece doing this show for Delta-8. I'm doing it because I love vaping and I want to help people quit smoking. This is what I do. This is what you do, Phil, right?
Right.
I don't hate Delta-8.
Right. It's just... It's like you bought.
But I don't give a shit.
Right.
I don't care.
It's like you bought an ice cream shop and they want you to sell pizza. No, that's not why you're in business. That's not what.
Absolutely.
That's not where your heart and soul is, right? I mean,
absolutely.
We got involved. We got involved with this because we had people in our lives that smoked. We ourselves smoked. We knew we were headed down an unhealthy path in our lives. We saw people around us pass away, have heart attacks. I mean, there's a reason why we got involved, right? And that's the reason. It was tobacco harm reduction. It was to help people not die of cancer.
Yes.
And heart disease, right? That's why. So when you say, okay, well, fight for CBD, no. I mean, hey, look, it's great. CBD's working for some people. It's easing their anxiety. It's solving their foot problems. Doesn't do anything for me. Okay, that's great. You know, Delta-8, you know, it's getting you high, whatever. Fuck yeah, it does, by the way. You know, it's doing that for you. Okay, great. But, you know, that's not why we signed up for. That's not the game we sat down at the table to play. Yeah. It's not. So if you know, if we don't want to put the time and effort into saving that industry, it's because it's not the industry that we signed up to save.
No, I mean, look, you want to pay me to lobby for that industry? Yeah, you go ahead and pay me, but sure. I'm not going to take time out of my schedule. I mean, for 72 hours in Greece, I'm 7 hours ahead. For 72 hours, I was organized to beat this bill in Tennessee to protect vapor, right? Even though I'm in Greece, I was effective. But you're telling me right now that I don't hate the product, but if you want to pay our lobby to fight for it, go ahead and pay for it. But that's just not my thing. This is not what my association is called the Tennessee Smoke-Free Association. So if you're selling a combustible CBD flower joint, you don't even fit the fucking description.
Yeah.
Of the association that I started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again, look, to make it clear, I have nothing against those products. I don't. It's just not my thing. I'm here to fight for vaping, and if vaping goes away, I'll step down. Sure. I want to step down right now, actually, but I've been drafting my quitting letter for the last week. But I think that if shops want to go into that hybrid model, right, and be that head shop and carry everything, and you know, you want this guy that used to work at McDonald's before selling you, you know, now CBD, and you want to sell it into your stores, that's your right. I'm not going to judge you for selling it, but then you're going to have to make the adjustments from a legal standpoint and a lobbying standpoint to be able to capture that entire format of store that you're developing. And in that entire format, there's no space for me except the vapor space. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I thought of a benefit of this time slot.
What?
Larry can stay awake for the entire show.
That's true. That's true. Bastard says disposables are the black market's choice here in Australia. Yeah, I mean, it's in the UK as well, too. It's really, really bad right now. Peter Bird says there's so many problems with vape bans and misinformation going on in the vape community right now, and we're still attacking each other over the gear that we use. Yeah, I find me and Phil has always found that ridiculous. No matter what you use, you know, it's unless you're using a combustible product. right? Again, I can't justify that. I can't. Even if it's CBD, I can't justify it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be smoke-free. It's supposed to be a vape. It's called a vape shop. I can't justify that. Army Man Brad says, what about China banning non-PMTAs? Brad, that's complete horseshit. I'm sorry, brother. I don't know if you've been drinking again. Whoever's spreading that is absolutely false.
What was it? I'm sorry.
He said what China's banning non-PMTA sales.
Oh.
That's false. I don't know where you heard that from, what show you heard that from, or what channel you read that on, but that is absolutely false. China will never comply with out of China laws. So yes, China itself, as in China in China,
yeah,
has banned pretty much everything except that tobacco flavored vape, which it's a China tobacco monopoly. So that makes sense. No surprises there whatsoever with whatever happened in China. But is China going to stop making a product that's non-PMTA? Wherever you heard that, it's false. And please, for the love of God, stop spreading false information.
Just Shells, how dare you? It was not the poop mod. It was the curada.
Yes.
Look at that.
That was a good one.
Look at that. You know what?
I remember that's really good.
I'm officially.
I can't believe Shell will remember that.
I know. Good. I'm officially better looking than that now.
Yes,
I am. I am. Look at that.
I mean, it depends. I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You know?
Yeah, I guess you're right there. And what else? Shannon asked what I was using, and the problem is, if you ask what I'm using, I can only show you half of each, because I'm using this, which is an extremely limited edition Innikin mod, limited to the fact that there's 2 in the world, but that's a gold Zenith 2 on there, and then I'm using
the gold Zenith 2.
It's a gold Zenith 2. You can get those. You can buy that.
On a Lee Max.
Yeah, and you can actually get that. You can get this color in a limited edition Z80, but not the part that's in my hand right now. And then I'm using this, which has actually been on screen several times now. And that's a 217 with our next tank on top of it.
Yeah.
How about that?
Hey, but let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
Tell me, in the last month, what our top-selling Cool Fire Z80 color is.
Okay, I don't know the answer to this question, so I'm going to guess.
Go ahead.
Is it Dimitri Pink?
It's pink.
Yes.
I cannot keep them in stock.
All right, hold on a second. I'll grab one.
I cannot keep them in stock. I'm really, really surprised. But, I mean, I kind of knew it because the color is really, really nice. But as soon as we put one on the display in the store, Nick over there, he sells them like crazy. Monastiraki store sells them like crazy. Somebody walks in. I mean, we've sold them to guys. I mean, the thing is so classy and it looks like it's so hot that is the number one. From all the Cool Fire Z80s in the last month, the pink has been the top seller, believe it or not.
It's hot. Actually, in the ladies' night contest tonight, one lady could potentially win one of those right there.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you rock one of these? I mean, you should, because it is the lovely Dimitri Pink. Look at that.
I don't, because I have so much shit going on right now, like I'm vaping at the same time right now, but I'll get around to it.
You know, I know Peggy, if you're still there, say hello, Peggy. All right, so there we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're nice looking.
It's hot.
They are.
It really is hot.
Are they in the States? Can you get are any of the big 3 selling these? Probably not. All right, but you can't okay.
I really don't know. I don't know.
So actually, this is a good question.
I've been in Greece for 2 months now. So.
This is a good question. A lot of people.
Oh yeah, but by the way, the red is not selling. I'm really surprised.
Really?
Like the red, I thought Nick said the same thing. The red black would sell like crazy, but it's not. And that goes to show you that hobbyist side, like that red, if it was 2 years ago, we wouldn't be able to keep it in stock. But it's not selling. It's not. I can't sell the reds, but the pink, of course, the black ones and all that they sell. But the pink one outsells the red one 10-1. Believe it or not.
Look at this look at how fast I got this going here with the desk camera and everything. That's not bad,
Very,
right?
very impressive.
I try. I really do. I try. But that's actually a good question. It's a question that I get a lot. I get, where can I get this? Where can I get these coils? Where can I get that device? Okay, so in the States, right? Here's what I always say: try the big three. Right, yeah. And Dimitri might have a different opinion here. We'll let him give the opinion too. But I always say try the big three. What do I consider the big three? Element Vape, Vapor DNA, My Vapor Store. Okay, I'd even shoot for My Vapor Store first, only because they supported us for a long time. Okay, yeah. But really, Element Vape and Vapor DNA do too. Okay, so those are the big three. Now, if the big three don't work out, you can use Google. I mean, you can find stuff on Google. But Innikin Store. The Innikin Store, okay? Innikin does ship from the United States, and they tend to have all of our products because it's Innikin, right? So that's always what I recommend if anybody asks where they can get our stuff, where they can get Innikin stuff. Always try the big three first. If the big three don't work, try the Innikin Store, and then go to Google.
Yes, and coming soon in Europe, --vapes.eu.
--Vapes. I want to have Shy on the show. It would be a Shy show, and to talk to him a little bit about what's going on with --Vapes. So, first of all, to Dimitri, right? Why --Vapes EU? What's the purpose?
Hold on a second.
You're right.
This is why vaping is failing. Brad literally just linked me to a video of Vic saying that people in China is going to ban non-PMTA sales. That's like linking me to The Onion. Brad, what the fuck are you doing? Seriously, put the bottle down, brother. Put the bottle down, brother. I'm telling you, I have been advocating for this product since 2011, and I'm telling you, this is not going to happen. So you listen to some guy on YouTube, and you go around spreading that China is going to ban non-PMTA products shipping out of China. That's so stupid. That's dumb. China will only stop selling product if there's no demand for this fucking product. Seriously. Anyway, God, I wasn't going to get pissed off tonight, and now I'm getting pissed off. But
have a shot. Do a shot.
I don't have it. I don't have any liquor here. I drink it all. So, back to the question: Why is --Vapes opening in Europe?
Yeah, why --Vapes EU? What's the purpose?
So, --Vapes makes great products, and --Vapes has been around for a very long time. So they have built a clientele that orders product from them in Europe. However, --Vapes has another great thing going for them, is that Shy used to be an IT guy, so he has very good analytics. And he looks at the traffic on his website, and he sees a lot of people from Europe are visiting --Vapes. However, when they see the shipping times, because from Canada to get products into France, for example, it takes 2 weeks. So a lot of people are not ordering from --Vapes simply because of the delays that it would take for shipping. And sometimes, coming from the United States or Canada, there is duty costs, and sometimes the products won't even make it in. So for the longest time, they've been trying to create an EU logistics facility that would cater and serve the customers in Europe with the same great service that you expect to get from --Vapes in Canada. So since I am from Greece, I do operate businesses here and in Europe in general. We partnered up with --Vapes to open, where I'm at right now, a logistics facility in Greece that would serve all of Europe within 1 or 2 days. So anywhere you are in Europe right now, we made a contract with DHL, 1 or 2 days shipping anywhere in Europe. Over 50 euros you spend, you get free shipping. We can reach any country in Europe within 2 days, which is fantastic. You can get the same product. It will be manufactured in Greece, hardware, replacement coils, liquid, shipped to you from Greece anywhere in Europe within 2 days. So that was the reason why --Vapes EU was founded.
So that's going to bring Unsalted to the EU. That'll be like the first time that Unsalted will be available. Actually, any of our liquids will be available in the EU, right?
Yes. By the way, the top selling reviewed liquid right now on Dash Vapes is the pineapple mango ice, which I will tell you what, Phil, nothing against your watermelon ice, watermelon peach, because a lot of people in Greece like that. Everybody that I've given it to try likes watermelon peach. But man, everybody that I gave pineapple mango ice to
Good.
literally had an orgasm. They love that stuff. So all of the unsalted and the unsalted on ice will be available, plus 150 other flavors that Dash Vapes orders. You can order any of their liquids. It'll be manufactured here in Greece, and it will be shipped to you in Europe. And also through Liquid Puff, which are my stores here in Albania, we're going to be selling Dash Vapes liquid as well too. So it'll be available in Greece for retail and wholesale, and then it'll be available for the rest of the Europe through B2C on dashvapes.eu.
All right, so I want to talk more about your role in Dash Vapes EU, okay, in just a second. But let me understand, when will the switch be flipped? When do you think you're going to be ready to go? When people, like, everything is set, ready to go, and you can get unsalted, you can get anything?
Yes. I am going to tentatively say April 20th we'll be able to ship out. However, one of the miscues that, 𝗫 and his team are coming here to Greece April the 15th, I think, or 17th. The problem is that week is Greek Easter. And Greek Easter is a big thing and everything shuts down.
It's like Chinese New Year.
Yes, it's worse than Chinese New Year. I'm going to say April 20th. We should be good to go. If not, by the end of April, definitely everything will be functioning for you to place orders on dashvapes.eu and to be shipped to you anywhere in Europe. Yeah, okay. Very, very excited.
That's
my role
awesome.
Here is basically I'm the director of operations. I make sure that we're staffed and everything is running smoothly. I'll be here for the next couple months to make sure everything is up and running correctly. And Dash Vapes does a very good job of, their businesses run very, very smoothly because of their software and their setup and the way that they're set up. And we're doing the same thing here in the Greek facility to mimic what they're doing right now in their 3 facilities in Canada. So we're going to make sure that everything is running properly and running smoothly. And my role is to oversee all that and, of course, make it compliant with Greek laws and all that shit that has to go, with Europe and stuff like that. But the most exciting part for me is that I can finally tell people in Europe, you can get unsalted. That's really what it was. Because I can't tell you how many times people message me and tell me, where can I get unsalted in Europe? And I have to tell them, well, you can order from Dash Vapes, and then they see they have to wait 3 weeks or whatever, so they don't order. Now they'll be able to get it in a couple of days.
Yeah, sure. And yeah, that's going to be exciting for us. And you know what's great about Watermelon Peach, the #1 best-selling flavor in the unsalted line? The original #1 best-selling flavor in the unsalted line.
Original.
Here's what I really like about it. It's my favorite liquid. It's a liquid that I use every day. It's so cool. Okay. It's a really cool thing when you take your liquid and you put it in your tank and you vape it, right? And that's what makes me so happy and so proud of this liquid. It's not that it's just got my name on it. It's that it's something that I actually use and something that I actually enjoy. And why? The story behind Watermelon Peach is how I started vaping. When I first started vaping, it was like I fuck flavors. Give me something that tastes like my Marlboro Light. That's all I care about, right? This is in 2009. And that's all I wanted. And back then, decaying tobacco, what was available, right? It simulated a cigarette, but it wasn't as good as some of the tobaccos that we have, nowadays. And then the first flavor that I tried was watermelon. And I fell in love with watermelon. Yeah. And then after that, I started vaping peach, and I went back and forth between watermelon and peach. This was before there were, flavors that were like combinations of 1,000 different flavors and cereals and donuts. Before all that, when flavors were just like the flavor, right? Just a single flavor. And that's what I love about this is that it's got history. It means something to me, and it's something that I actually use on a daily basis. And it's because of this one of the, like this flavor and a couple others that I don't smoke anymore. So I'm proud of that, right?
Yeah.
You know, you and Matt, I don't know how much you use your own flavors, but I actually use watermelon peach.
I use pineapple.
The number one best-selling flavor
ice.
in the unsalted line.
I'm vaping it right now in here. Pineapple mango ice, high milligram, and the MVP pod by Inikin. Carolyn, Phil, can I get your e-liquids in New York City only through --vapes.com, Carolyn?
Yeah, I was going to answer that. It is through Dash Vapes. As a matter of fact, I was just kind of going here and looking at if anybody's interested. This is a Dash Vapes video that we did. This was the original. I got to push this button here. The original unsalted party. Aw, we know.
Pam.
It's Pam. So we actually, I think we went a little bit behind. We went behind the scenes and we saw the lab. That's Shy. Okay, that's the owner of Dash Vapes right there. And he showed us his ordering system. He showed us his mixing system. He showed us all of his, the computers and the barcodes and everything that he's got going on. So if anybody's interested in that, I'm going to go ahead and put the name of that video in the chat, and you guys can look it up. All right. And hopefully we'll have Shy on soon, and we'll have a little conversation with him about Dash Vapes EU. So there you go, Shy. Little love from Phil and Demi. So
let me get some of these comments because there's some good ones coming in.
Go ahead.
Will Dash Vapes EU ship to Brexit UK? Yes, we're going to ship to the UK. We're going to ship to Russia. We're going to ship to Dubai. We're going to ship to Israel. We're going to ship to Lebanon. We're going to anywhere you want to. You can get it from here, from EU. Herdugan, when will Inikin start sending products to Vaping with Vic so that he gets quality to review again? I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that Vic will ever get products from Inikin, unfortunately, because of his affiliation with Vandy Vape. Vape Ross Vape. I've never seen that name before. What's the name of the kit these guys made for smokers? Pretty much every product that we make is for smokers, but I think you're referring to the Zenith, the original Zenith, that sold over 2 million tanks, which was designed for smokers. So the Chroma kit with the Zenith tank was the original kit that we made for smokers, if that's what the one you're referring to, Vape Ross Vape. I think I got through all of them. I don't see anything else on here. Let me make sure. Oh, by the way, Melissa is late. I just want to put that out there, that Melissa was cooking dinner, and I guess dinner was more important than her seeing 2 European studs on her YouTube tonight.
As long as she's here now, right? She does get that excitement.
But it's late. It's late.
No, I think she's okay. You're okay, Melissa. I'm just glad to have you here. It was funny as I was showing that video. Did you see what came up?
The asshole part?
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah.
I just happened to be at that part of the video. What are the odds, right? Go figure.
Yeah. Chattanooga Vapor Company is still selling unsalted? I don't know. I don't know if they ever did sell it. Rocky Top Vapor was selling it, but unfortunately they are out of stock now. So it's gonna be hard in the United States to get, unless you want to call Peggy at 𝗔𝗡 Source in Florida. Maybe she'll ship you some stuff. But I do that with a couple of vape stores, like Innovative Vapors down in Texas. They carry Z coils. So if somebody from New York, for example, wants to get Z coils or liquid, I'll call our good friend down there, Jennifer, and Jen, and she'll accommodate them through the phone and ship them coils to New York City and stuff like that, because it's hard to get in New York City. It's difficult to get anything. So that might be an avenue for you is to call the 𝗔𝗡 Source store in Florida. Maybe she'll be able to ship it to you.
That's a good question. If Pam is still if Peggy is still here, go ahead and answer that question. See if you'd be willing to ship if somebody would contact you.
What's up, Mr. Miller? Good to see you, my friend. I saw something about I don't know what that was, but I saw something about Delta 8 and Salt Nick. I mean, you can't. I don't get it, but whatever. Listen, man, it's a vape show. It's just whatever. You want to do Delta 8, it's okay. It's okay by me. I'm not gonna judge you, man. It's just not here. You know, it's just you're just not going to see it here. That's all. What do you want us to do? You want us to do reviews for fucking Delta 8? What do you want us to do?
That would be fun.
I don't know. I see these disposable reviews. That's really funny to me. I see like these disposable reviews, and I just don't get it. I mean, let me let you in on a little secret, boys. All the liquid in the disposables comes from the same factory. So, if you're gonna review a sour apple from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it's coming from the same factory. So,
you know what's funny? We talk about hypocrisy. There's hypocrisy everywhere these days, right?
yes.
There's obviously a lot of hypocrisy in government, in the news, hypocrisy on the left, hypocrisy on the right. But, you know, there were always three things in vaping where there was like huge hypocrisy, right? And it started out with, remember, like everybody was like, I only buy American mods.
Yeah.
That's I will not buy anything from China. I only buy American mods. That's what I buy.
Yes.
And then I would always say, really? So when you get your American mod, what do you put in your American mod? Oh, that's right, your Chinese batteries that you put in your Chinese charger, and then you put those Chinese things in your American mod, and then you vape stuff with nicotine that was sourced either from China or from India, right? It's hypocrisy. And now, then remember, everybody was all about American liquid. We have to, you can only vape American liquids because that's the best liquid. But now everybody's vaping disposables, which is all Chinese liquid, right?
Yes, yeah.
More hypocrisy. And then there's even the whole, like, it just seems like everybody wants to save the environment, right? Everybody's like really concerned about the environment. Everybody's concerned about, you know, recycling and waste and all this other stuff. And yet there go all the disposables. And it's just more, it's just so much hypocrisy out there. You know, it's crazy. And I think we're all guilty at some point.
Absolutely.
But, you know,
absolutely.
Those are just some that stand out, I guess.
Yeah. By the way, Peggy does ship, but don't tell anybody, Phil.
Okay, I won't tell her. I won't say.
Don't tell anybody that Peggy does ship Inikin products to anywhere in the United States.
That's good to know, Peggy. And I absolutely, if anybody asks me, I won't send them your way.
Christy says, Phil and Demi get stoned comedy gold. Oh, Christy, let me tell you something. I wish I could videotape my experience with weed and Phil in Las Vegas. I will tell you that, you know, I mean, Phil does practice the art, so he's more in tune with the products. Me, I don't. I not that I have anything against it. It's just not my thing. So me and Phil were in Las Vegas for some show. I don't know where we were.
I can't believe you're going to tell this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll I'll tell the parts that I can tell because it is Las Vegas and whatever happens there stays there. But but we went to I had a friend with me as well too. The three of us, we go to Planet 13, which is like the big weed place in Vegas. It's like a huge block. And I was very impressed with the facility. Again, to show you that I'm not against weed. Impressed,
by the way, impressed to say the least.
Yes.
I mean, that place was like top notch. The way stuff was displayed, the way you kind of had a person assigned to you that would help you. That person knew more about anything in that store than any vape person that I came in contact with at any vape shop. Like, just
absolutely true.
Amazing, right?
Answered all my questions. But again, I don't practice the art of weed, so I really didn't know about like a couple of whatever. And then the guys, of course, knew, and they picked a strain or whatever they bought. So we go back to the hotel room, and my friend John that was with me, he smokes weed every day. And this kid is brilliant. This kid graduated high school at 16, graduated college at 19, got his job at a bank at 20. He's 30 now, whatever, but he's a brilliant kid. But he smokes weed every day. Like, he smokes a bowl every day, I guess, whatever they call that, bowl. Whatever.
I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to function.
So not only does he function, but, you know, he functions very well.
Yeah.
So Phil and John said, why don't we just smoke a joint here in the hotel room, you know, before we go out? So,
By the way, Mom, if you're watching, none of this is true. He's just making this shit up. We just want you to know that. Okay.
it's a fake story. Fake story. So the first thing that they do is put a towel underneath the door. I think we were staying at the Paris at the time. I don't remember what hotel we were staying at. But anyway, they put a towel at the bottom of the door coming into the hotel room. Then they go into the bathroom and they turn on the shower, and the water is completely hot. So it steams up, right? I guess that's the process. I didn't know. Next thing I know, I'm in Vegas, and I'm in the bathroom with two other dudes in the bathroom of my hotel room smoking a joint. And, they're passing it around. I take it, whatever. It's not bad. I'm coughing, of course, but I guess you're supposed to cough. I guess that's part of it. I don't like that part. Oh, whatever. I was tough, and I was like, I'm going to tough it out with these guys. So, I was like really into it. We finish it. 5 minutes later, we're outside in the room, and I learned two things that night. Phil gets very philosophical and talkable when he's high.
I solve world issues, man. Like, it's unbelievable.
Like, very philosophical and doesn't shut the fuck up. Me, on the other hand, I get paranoid. I mean, I had this paranoia. I was seeing myself 3D. Like, I was seeing myself behind me, but three of me. And then the voices that I was hearing them like they were coming in through Dolby Stereo 8.1. Like, I was hearing the voices like with bass coming behind me. I couldn't go out of the hotel room. I felt like entire Las Vegas was looking at me. So I lay down in the bed. My mouth is dry.
Never got up.
I guess that's another side effect of that. And Phil wouldn't shut the fuck up. For an hour, he went through the meaning of life.
It's so true.
Solving the middle age crisis.
It's so true.
And post-menopause for women.
And it's like, and it's not like I have to get up. Like, I got to get up and I got to walk around and I got to here's what we're going to do and here's how we're going to do it. And like, if we're going to solve it, and like, it's the whole presentation that happens, right? It's not just, I'm not just sitting down. Oh, I'm like, it's on.
Dude, he was standing up in front of the TV. I'm laying down in the bed. John is laughing his ass off. And the whole thing was just a bad experience. And this has happened to me before. This is why weed is not for me.
By the way, you never made it to the casino that night. You crashed. No, that was it. No. You were done. You got like, you didn't feel good. It was like you were a total buzzkill. Like,
ow.
So like, I hung out with your friend that night. That's how it happened.
Yes.
Now, by the way, go ahead.
By the way, I've done this in Vegas one other time when you didn't come. I was there with John, and I went out with Jan from Vape Guys and his buddy, and we went to a strip club. And before we go into the strip club, the same thing. Like, oh yeah, we're just gonna smoke a joint. So I joined in. I don't want to, buzzkill. So I was like, I joined in. So I smoked a little bit or whatever. I go in the strip club, Phil. There's 100 women dancing there. There's probably 800 people. It was like the biggest strip club in Vegas. I felt like every person in that club was looking at me. That's how I felt. Like,
yeah, you get paranoid. You get paranoid. That's not good. Well, okay,
so my friends are there. They have like 2 chicks each, and they're dancing, and they're doing these table dances and all that. And this poor girl was sitting next to me. and I look at her, and I said, I'm sorry. I feel like everybody in this club is looking at me. And she's like, oh no, have a good time. And I was like, here's $100. Just take it and just fucking leave me alone. I can't do anything. Just leave me alone.
That's amazing. Well, okay, so to be fair, right? You get paranoid.
Yeah.
Like, the philosophical is only phase 1, right? There's 2 other phases, right? So there's for me, there's philosophical, and then there's horny, and then there's hungry. It goes right in that order, right? So I had none of those. After I solve world problems, I want to have sex, And after I have sex, I just want to eat a lot. So that's the 3 phases, right? But I don't know if you remember this, because I can't believe we're on this. I don't know how we got to this.
I know.
Like, you guys are part of a really interesting show tonight. We were at a vape show. Don't remember which one it was. It was way after hours. We had done our thing, and somebody decided to give me a hit off of their vape pen. It was their weed pen. And if you remember, I had a really bad high, and I was crying in the car.
Yes, I remember. I remember that. And I'll tell you who gave it to you. Tony B.
You remember who?
Tony B.
Was it Tony B? That's right, it was. That's right. How the hell do you remember that shit?
My memory is a fucking beast.
How do you remember that? That's unbelievable. Yes, I don't know what he gave me, but it's just we're in Vegas again. That's right. We were in Vegas, and just everything. Like I was thinking the worst of everything, and it just like all of a sudden I just like burst out and cried.
In the Uber, you were
in the Uber, yeah.
It was so bad. $5 super chat from Chris. Thanks again, buddy. Known tubes. Light too soon. Yes, light tube should be released by the end of April. We're launching it in France in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
You will see the final in France in 2 weeks. $5 super chat from Vape Ross Vape. Let me rephrase this. I need to get a starter kit for a dual user. Coils easy to get. Thanks for the work you guys do. All right. So before we go back into the funny stuff, I highly recommend the 𝗧 tank or the Zenith tank. The 𝗧 tank is a little bit easier. I think the reason why we've seen in Europe the 𝗧 tank kind of overtake the Zenith is, number one, cost, same vape experience, and the fill method. It appears like the 𝗧 method is just so much easier for somebody that's new, that's a dual user. The coil change, Phil will talk a little bit more about that, but the coil change is very simple on both. But the 𝗧 tank appears to be more of the choice of the new user, Phil.
Yeah, I totally agree. So there's a lot of reasons why I recommend like either a 𝗧 or a Zenith to a new user, right? And it's ease of use. And it also puts them in a family of products where they can like pick a few different products. So it's like that one coil that can be used across multiple tanks, multiple devices, right? But when I use a product, and the reason why I continue to use a product, it's like, what is it about that product that makes me live with it on a daily basis, that it just makes it easy to work with, right? And with a Zenith or with a 𝗧, it's two times that I truly love the product. It's every time I fill it, right? Because all I got to do is twist the top, I put the e-liquid, and I close the top, right? I don't have another part that I got to deal with. It's extremely easy. The other time is when I have to change the coil. Now, with our Z coil, right? The Zenith is full right now, and I took the bottom off. I'm taking the coil out. That one's a little tough. I take the coil out. I throw this coil away. I prime another coil. I put the coil in, and then I close the tank up, right? Now, there's very few tanks that you can do that with, and either one, not get anything all over your hand, right? Or two, maybe you need a tool or something. So it just makes living with a product a little bit easier. And if living with a product is a little bit easier and dealing with the product on a day-to-day basis is a little bit easier, you might have somebody that's more willing to convert to vaping. You make it easier for them to go over to vaping, right? And that's what it's all about. It's like making it as easy as possible, right? And that's what we think about when we build these things.
Absolutely. I would suggest something like the 𝗧 tube, no adjustments, no. I'm starting to see this as well too. I'm gonna tell you, the Lingmax kit with a built-in battery, I was really surprised, but it's selling very good here in Greece for a new user. Built-in battery, 3,000 mAh, last 2 days, with a 𝗧 tank on top or a Zenith. It's selling really good for a starter kit, $40-50. Coils readily available, cheap. To me, it's about the ease of use. And everybody that comes into, at least my stores in Greece, in Albania now, this is what they're looking for. I think people are past the complicated stage of vaping, which is good. So they're going back to and you'll see some of the products that we're going to release here in the next 6 months are going to go back to that. We're going, because we did. Everybody was asking for a replaceable battery. We did. The 𝗏𝗵𝗶𝗹 217, the Coolfire Z80, all those are replaceable battery. Now we're going back to making some built-in battery devices, again, to make it easy for people that are starting. And a built-in battery, believe it or not, sells so much better to a new person than having to sell them an extra 18650 and a charger and blah, 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 blah. So I would suggest the 𝗧 tank with any other, if you want to pair it with one of our mods, that's great. If you want to pair it with another mod, but the 𝗧 tank, I think for somebody that's new, this is why we're coming up with the 𝗧 2 now that you're going to see here in a little bit, is because it's sold so good in Europe. So the 𝗧 tank has been just a great, inexpensive tank, $20 for people to start vaping. Jay, thanks, Chris, for the $5 super chat. But I'll tell you what, we're going to retire tonight from the super chats. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it. Jay Hayes also was spreading the China rumor. Let me clarify this. I read the China proposal before it was even made public because I work for Iniken. I do advocacy all over the world. I read the rule before. I drafted comments on that proposed rule through Keller and Heckman, the law firm, with a group of other people. Of course, nothing was paid attention to in China because it's a China monopoly tobacco, the China Tobacco Company. And we submitted our amendments to that proposed rule. We expected this law is going to be made in China. But this law that was made in China is not, I repeat, is not about exports. It only captures the products that are sold within China. China itself as a government is never going to tell a factory, don't make this product because the FDA says that you can't sell it. That will never happen. We're talking about China. We're talking about China. This will never happen. As long as there's demand for the product, China will make it. Now, maybe in America, there's no demand for these big mods anymore, these 3 battery mods and all that. That doesn't mean that they're stopped selling them in America because of the FDA or the PMTA. They're going to stop selling them because disposables are selling in America. Now, if you want to sell maybe, a nice high-end mod or whatever, I get that you might want to, push that around. So buy, these mods, but it's not going to be because China has passed a law that says non-PMTA products cannot be manufactured in China. I repeat, every clone product that probably who am I talking about? You buy a clone watch, a clone iPhone, a clone whatever you want to impress the fucking, waitress at Waffle House, whatever clone product you buy is still being made in China. So shut the fuck up. This is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I'm not going to repeat myself anymore. It's done. Stop. Okay. I said what I had to say.
You done it. I don't know the first thing about that stuff, so there you go.
Slide and Zenith in my tank for the $2 super chat. Vape.
Thank you, Vape.
I hope you enjoy it, man. I'm gonna tell you, for a smoker, 0.8 ohm coil at 18 watts. That's what I'm vaping right now with 12 milligram right now. 18 watts with a 0.8 ohm coil.
Don't even need that 18 watts, by the way. You're overrunning that coil. Fuck you.
I like it a little warm. There's nothing wrong with that. For a smoker, maybe they want a little bit of heat. It's okay. That's what I'm running. That's what I'm running. It's 0.8 at 18 watts.
It's burning up his coil.
Even if it's illegal, China would smuggle in, says Jason. Yes, absolutely. China will make more if the FDA says it's not approved, says Steve. Hey, Steve, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you. Yes, absolutely. There's absolutely no way that a non-PMTA product is going to stop being made. Melissa says, I don't think I've ever been to a Waffle House. Well, Melissa, let me tell you something. That's where Phil was planning on taking you on his the first date.
That's where we were going to go.
The Waffle House.
That's right.
Drive in.
Because you've never been there. So I want you to experience something new.
Drive in and then Waffle House.
Right. And then after the Waffle House, you'll experience something else new.
Yeah. Covered and smothered. After the Waffle House.
God. Maybe we should review Delta 8 products. That'd be fun. Maybe we do a Delta 8 night.
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care who uses it. I don't care. I mean, can you imagine? I'm already ranty and I'm already loaded up and I don't use the product. Can you imagine me like trying Delta 8 and doing a live show?
I wonder if you'd get paranoid on Delta 8 too.
I've tried Delta 8 and it's done well. I've tried Delta 8 from American manufacturers and it's done nothing to me. I mean,
no, wait a second. Are you talking about Delta 8? You're talking about CBD?
No.
Because we've had
Delta 8.
Delta 8's. Oh, wait a second.
I'm telling you, the ones that I've tried. There might be legit Delta 8 products out there. I'm saying is that the products
okay. I thought you were talking about Kratom. I don't think I've ever tried Kratom. But no, the Delta 8 stuff that I've tried, holy fucking shit. Like, how it's not illegal is beyond me. Beyond me.
Yeah. Well, because legal Delta 8 will do nothing.
Okay.
But Delta 8, and this is why states are trying to ban it. They're pulling product off the shelf and they're testing it, and it's coming back spiced. And the reason why it's coming back spiced is because all these douchebags that were making liquid before are making Delta 8. I mean, they're not chemists. Good.
Rifleman has a perfect date line up there. He's talking about Delta 8 and Waffle House, like both of them combined. You have a little Delta 8 and then you go to Waffle House. Yeah, because if you didn't like the Waffle House before, you'll definitely like it after that.
That's all right. But I will tell you, I don't have a problem if it's spiced or not. All I'm saying is that you just don't know what you're buying.
Yeah.
There's no regulation. These people that are making it acting like chemists they were washing dishes at the fucking Longhorn Steakhouse a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
This is who's making these products. I'm not saying all of the companies are like. There's some really good companies out there that are trying to put out a good product. But would I trust to buy Delta 8 off the vape bro that was telling me 2 years ago, buy my liquid because it's fire? Would you? Would you feel?
No.
You've been to shows where people have told you that this CBD is the best, and you ate a whole fucking bag of gummies at Las Vegas. It did nothing to you. A whole fucking bag.
A whole bag.
5,000 milligram, what it was, CBD gummies.
It was. I know we've told that story here. We'll go ahead and since we're on the subject tonight. By the way, Shannon, no, we don't have a rebuildable dripper tank. We never have done one. We put in proposals several times. The problem is, it's not going to happen. Probably not, because it's just not the market anymore. That guy, I don't remember his name. He came up to us and he's like, he goes, you don't worry about all these CBD, nothing. He goes, I got the best. And it was a bag of, it was gummies. It was peach gummies, I think it was. Like, remember?
Peach rings.
Peach rings. That's exactly what they were. So now I go back up to my room. Dimitri goes up to his room and I'm like, fucking hungry, man. I'm like, I don't want to call room service. It's late. Like, what do I got in the room? I'm like, I said, I got that bag of gummies, right? So he said, watching some TV, I ate a gummy. I'm like, hey, that's good. Not because of the CBD. I'm like, it's just tasty, right? I ate the whole fucking bag. I ate the whole bag of gummies. Nothing. I felt nothing. Except maybe my stomach is a little bit full, right? Nothing. So now I'm just curious. So now that the next day I go back down, I said, Dave, I ate that whole bag. I felt nothing. I said, let's do an experiment. Let's try and use every CBD product at this show and see if I can feel or sense anything. You remember I was having back problems as usual, like at shows. And we did. We went and we tried the under the tongue tincture, and we tried gummies, and we tried frozen shit. We tried fruit rings. We tried dried fruits. Like everything that was at the show that I could put in my mouth or under my tongue. That's what we did. And like nothing. Like nothing.
I literally we went to this one booth. I'll never forget it. We went to this one booth, and this guy had a 30 ml bottle of CBD. He says, this is the most powerful CBD in this show in Vegas. So I take the bottle, I open it up, I take a full pipette full of this shit. I mean, not like a few drops, a full pipette. I open Phil's mouth and I squirt that shit in.
The whole thing. Like the whole thing. You're supposed to put like a drop under your tongue. And he was like the whole thing. Nothing. Nothing. You think like it would at least like have a stomachache or something, but nothing. Shannon, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about a dripper, but no, you're talking about restricted direct lung tank. Well, yes.
Z-Force.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
baby, let's go.
Actually, right. So the new Zenith will do restricted direct lung. The new, I'm not going to talk about that tank yet, but the Z-Force is really our restricted direct lung tank, right?
Power to other people.
So that's the one that you're going to want to try. We've talked about it several times on the show. And the Z-Force comes with a new duo coil, which is a very interesting coil design. It's two mesh coils, one inside of the other. The outside coil just gets heated up a little bit, warm enough not to vaporize the e-liquid, but warm enough to pull e-liquid into the coil, and that sends it to the inner coil, and that vaporizes it, right? So the goal is to create a more saturated vape, to use less filler material, to get you a longer lasting coil, maybe provide a little bit more flavor. So, and I tell you what, the reviews and the comments on the tank and the vape experience that comes along with the tank, flavor, etc., have been very, very good. Why like sales aren't gangbusters, I don't know, but it's a very good tank. Try it, okay, if that's what you're looking for.
Apathy Miller, y'all don't feel anything on CBD. It just helps with inflation. It's supposed to help you mentally. It did neither of those. I'm telling you, it did neither for those. This is just our experience, though. I'm not saying if it works for you, good for you. We're not judging it. We're not telling you not to use it. If it works for you, man, go for it. We're just telling you our experience. It did nothing for me mentally. It didn't help my inflation. It didn't help Phil's inflation. It didn't do nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing.
Right. So, I mean, I understand that it's not supposed to make you feel like high. I mean, it's really not. But the goal was to kill the back pain. Because a muscle relaxer will work for me. A couple other things, ice will work for me. And somebody's just mentioned it's supposed to. Somebody said just something. It's I can't remember that, but anyway, that was the effect that I was trying to have with it. That was the goal. It was like, okay, can it attack this pain at all? It didn't. So, like, I really felt nothing. So anyway,
but it goes to show you, Christopher Moltisanti, The Sopranos, best show ever on TV. CBD is a laxative to me, and then below it, Glenn Watson says, I don't agree, it's a placebo. Then below it, I broke my collarbone, and wow, it really helped. And below it, tried CBD, wasn't effective medicinally at all and way too expensive. So you see, everybody reacts differently to it. I'm not saying if it works for you, continue to use it. All I can speak of is our experience with it, and that's our experience with CBD.
Yeah. And let's be honest, okay? If CBD worked half as good as they say CBD works, Big Pharma would have grabbed it, would have put it in everything that they have, and would have made it illegal for you to buy, in my opinion.
I cannot sleep. You know me. I'm up all the time. I work. I'm stressed out. I have huge burdens on my shoulders daily. I've talked to people that I know in this industry, and I said, hey, give me something that can help me at least sleep. I want to take some CBD. I don't want to take pills or Ambien or stuff like that. I've tried everything. I mean, everything. This other guy gave me one that was called like Blackout or something, like really bad name, but whatever. It helped. It has done nothing for me. I wish it would. I would love to take a few drops under my tongue and go to bed and sleep like a baby, but I can't. It's not. It's just.
I'll sing a song to you. Rub your belly.
Hey, that's definitely gonna make it.
Hey, do you know
is the Anakin EQ filter still selling well for converting smokers? No, it's not. It's not, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think that a lot of people, even though it was a really good idea, I think a lot of people want what I'm seeing right now in my stores, I can only speak again from my experience. What I'm seeing for people want to come in and go in between the 3 battery mods and the very cheap, inexpensive starter kit. They want to go right in the middle. That's why I think that we're selling a lot of cool fires. We're selling a lot of this Limax kit. We're selling a lot of MVPs. They want to go in the middle of, I don't want something that I'm going to outgrow in a week, but I don't want to walk around with a battery pack in my hand. So those, at least for me here in Greece, those beginner kits that are in that $40 range are doing very well right now. They're selling the most right now in the shops right now. So even though the EQ filter is a good, yeah, I agree with you. It's a great starter kit for somebody that wants to quit smoking. If somebody wants that feel of the filter in their mouths and that small form factor. But in all my cases that I've seen here with customers that come back, is that battery, the capacity, those are the issues that pop up. And we try to be honest with them and tell them, listen, you can spend that. This is what you're going to get with that. You can spend this much, and this is what you're going to get with that. And more people are tending towards that internal battery, Z50, Adept, Zlide, Limax. That is what we're seeing that right now, in Europe at least, this is where people are gravitating towards.
I'm going to tell you my opinion on the EQ filter. It is a poorly executed, fantastic idea.
Yeah,
that's the EQ filter. That's the Kiwi too, and here's why. Because you have something that is directly marketed to a smoker. That is a smoker's device. It's got a paper filter. I mean, it simulates it. I have put no vaping device in my mouth that I thought more felt like a cigarette than that device. Okay, and what did they do? They made it difficult to get the cartridge out. They made it difficult to fill.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That was the problem with that device. That device should have been a replaceable. That should have been a pod system. That should have been a pre-filled pod. You take the pod out, you put a new pod on, and even the charging on that one should not have been a plug-in. It should have had a base. You sit on a base, right? Or wireless. You sit on a wireless charge. That device needed to be. It was targeted towards a smoker, but it wasn't executed that way, right? Replaceable pod, wireless charging, and now you got a device that a smoker can use. But like I said, poorly executed, great idea. Same way with the Kiwi.
Also keep in mind that in Europe,
they should have listened. I work for you guys. Would you listen to me for Christ's sake? Okay, good.
Also keep in mind that in Europe we have a milligram concentration limit, which is really funny because one of my stores, I've been spending a lot more time. It's now that the tourist season in Greece started early because of the COVID in the last couple of years. They tried to get tourists to start coming early. So there's direct flights right now from America starting April 1st. It's never happened. It always happens in May. But now April 1st, there's direct flights from America to Greece to bring tourism in. So the one store that I have is right in the center of Athens in the busiest tourist section of all of Greece. So I see tourists come in all the time. Brits, they come in. They're like, they want 50 milligram. Well, we're not allowed to sell 50 milligram. We have a 20 milligram cap here. So in a device like the EQ filter, sometimes 20 is not enough. Where I can put 12 in a Zenith tank and you're going to get that good effect. But in the EQ filter, you just can't get that same effect of that 20 milligram cap. So that's been another portion of the people that are coming in, heavy smokers that simply can't get satisfied. They're vaping on this thing constantly. So what happens? They're killing coils faster. The battery doesn't last them. They have to refill faster. So even though it's a great idea, where it should be adapted in America, where we don't have a milligram cap, it was never adapted because disposables or whatever. And in countries like Europe, where there's a milligram cap, it can't be adapted because it's just not strong enough to deliver for a heavy smoker to convert them and be fully satisfied.
Yeah, you know, that kind of goes along. Dimitri and I have talked about this a lot. Sometimes you have to match the liquid to the device or the coil or the pod or whatever, right? Sometimes that's really, really important to do. Again, I think if this device that we're talking about right now was executed the correct way, it would have been a replaceable pod. That liquid would have matched that coil, matched the whole experience, and I think we would have been able to target it to a smoker much better. Hey, D, I'm looking this way because you're full screen right here. So I'm like looking right at your beauty right now. Do you know how I know the Z-Force is a good tank?
How?
Because I got a text message from Larry. And Larry said, Phil, I broke my glass. Can I get another glass from you? That's how I know it's a good tank. Because Larry only uses particular products. And since we got him a Z-Force tank, he has continued to use that. He's asked me for coils. He's asked me for glass. That's how I know that that's a good tank.
I have two comments on that. Number one, I'm really surprised that Larry knows how to text. Second, the Z-Force for people that are, and I know how Larry vapes in that 60-70 watt range. It's a great tank. What I'm really excited about is bringing that same technology of a coil into the Z coil line. I'm really, really excited about getting that Duotech saturation of a coil and a mouth to lung. I'm really, really excited about that.
Me too.
Melissa says, I heard on a review that you can use the 1.2 ohm coil with a scepter tube. Is that true? Absolutely. Although, I'll be honest with you, Melissa, as somebody that works for Anakin for 6 years now, me and Phil have been working for Anakin, the best scepter coil from mouth to lung is the 0.65 by far. If you put the 0.65 in the scepter tube, it's a great, great vape. In the scepter as well, too. I think that the 0.65 coil is the best coil in that range.
You know, Dimitri, that actually reminds me. Peggy, if you're still here, I'm going to bring you a prize, Peggy. So
my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I totally pushed the wrong button here. Hold on a second. Let me push this button.
I can tell.
Yeah. Peggy, do you like the red or do you like the pink? You let me know. Peggy, if you're still here, still watching, do you like the red or do you like the pink? Let me know.
I like the pink.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Now, for the ladies.
I wasn't talking about the pool fight.
I know what you're talking about. Ladies, we had ladies' night last time we did this, right? So we've got one of these as a prize. Lady gets to choose the either the red or the pink. What else do we have? And this is what reminded me. We were talking about the scepter tube. There is a pink scepter tube. What else do we have? The ultrasonic Surge. There is the pink Surge. And then we also have a new MVP. I've been using this a lot lately. This has been my go-out device. MVP with some spare coils right there. So some Anakin product. And let's go to all of the ladies who entered the contest. So if I go here and I go here and I go here, we wind up in random.org. So these are all the ladies that entered in the ladies only contest over on the platform group on Facebook.
Exciting.
It is very exciting. It's very exciting. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to click randomize. And what I'll do is the first place will get choice of the Z80. And then the other ladies, second, third, and fourth, will get a hold of me on Facebook. And they will let me know what they want. And I'll get them their prizes too. I'll work it out, D. Don't worry. I have an idea. All right. Okay, so anyway, let's see who wins. So basically, it's going to be first, second, third, and fourth are going to be the winners. And the wieners are Katie Lavery. You get choice of the Z80. Sonja, that sounds like an overseas shipment. That sounds like an expensive shipment right there. Cynthia Lemonade, of course, that's Lamond. And then Barb Mayfield. Congratulations, ladies. You are the big wieners. Okay. And what you got to do is just get a hold of me on Facebook. We'll go ahead and post these winners in the platform group, and we'll get you your prize out. That's what we're going to do. So there you go. The big wieners of the ladies only contest. Congratulations, ladies.
Congratulations to all the ladies.
Yes. So
maybe Greg can post that in the platform series as well too.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna post the winners in the platform group, and then those 4 ladies just have to get a hold of me. Let's see. Did Peggy respond? Peggy, I love my DP show mod. Oh, that's right. Peggy has a DP. That's right. You DP'd Peggy without me. How dare you?
I did DP Peggy without you, and she enjoyed it all the way.
Yeah, although it's
all the way to Florida.
It's not a DP without me there too. So
listen, she didn't get much more than what both you were going to give her.
True.
Anyway.
It's true. Good point.
It's not like
that is a good point. No, but Peggy, really, let me know. And if you don't want to use it, you could give it to one of your staff. I'm going to try to bring some stuff for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for you to go there and have a good time. Please take a lot of pictures and some video. Maybe we can show it on the next show.
Yeah, I'm charging my cameras.
But we're going to be in Lille, France, too. Do you have that ready? Do you have that picture ready?
No, but I will.
Okay. I'll give you some time to look it over. France is our biggest market for our products. Of course, we sell the most tanks, coils, devices in France. And so we're very excited to go back. We were, of course, there in October for the first Paris Vape Expo. That was probably the first one post-COVID that happened. We were a little bit weary, but it ended up being a great event. And Patrick does a very, very good job of hosting these Vape Expos, and the next one is going to be in Lille, France, and that's going to be taking place on the 9th, 10th, and 11th of April. So me and Phil are going to meet up in Paris on April the 8th, and we're going to travel to Lille and spend 3 days there at the show and showing off our newest product. It's going to launch that weekend.
Does he have
very, very, very exciting?
That's right. Bill told me about this. Does he have the wrong date on this?
No, that's when the ticketing opens.
That
was this month. That's for the ticketing. The actual dates are 9th, 10th, and 11th of April.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you have I don't have a
That's okay. We'll find one.
Yeah.
We'll find one for the next show. It's okay. It's all right.
Oh, all right.
Also, for sure, I think we're going to be in Italy in May as well too at the Milan show, and we're also going to be in Stuttgart, Germany in June for that show for sure.
Stuttgart.
Huh?
Stuttgart.
We're definitely going to be in those shows, and we might do Spain, and we might do UK, and we might do Dubai. So those are the shows that we've been tasked to do over the next 3 months. But we'll see which show we're going to be able to end up going. But what I want for you to do is I want you to commit to me that from now until July that you're going to come to Greece for a little bit.
You want me to commit that to you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can commit that to you right now.
One of the shows you should come and then we'll come over to Greece for a week.
Yes, I see what you're saying. Okay, maybe we could work something like that out. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid to come?
I'm petrified of you, man. The shit you get me involved in over there.
Nothing but love and opportunity, buddy.
That's right. Hey, can you say that word yet?
Which word?
That German food product?
No.
Come on.
Oh, schnitzel? I look forward to some schnitzel, buddy.
Some things never change. That's good. Thanks
I've
for reminding me, Larry. Get what?
I have my daughter here with me in Greece, and it's been interesting, to say the least. But the problem is that I'm working 12, 13 hours every day, and so tomorrow I told her she has a couple of doctor's appointments tomorrow in the evening. So I told her I'm going to work in the morning, which is it's 3 o'clock now, but I'm going to work in the morning, and then 4 o'clock tomorrow I'm done. I'm taking the rest of the evening tomorrow. I'm going to take her to her appointments, and then we're going to go down to Piraeus, where me and you went and had seafood. I'm going to take her there, and we're going to have
that's the one on the water?
Yeah, by the water, yeah. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. I need a little break, man. It's been rough.
You know, I think of all the places that you've taken me to, that's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah,
right.
nice.
That one, and believe it or not, that really simple one that we go to, it's kind of like family style, and the one where you get the big tray of like all that meaty goodness. Oh, god damn.
By the way, Melissa wants to come. It's on her wish list to come to Greece. Why don't you just take Melissa and come together?
Let's go. You want to go?
Melissa, you down? Melissa, if you're down, Phil will take you and bring you to Greece with you. And I'll have you, and I'll take care of both of you. But don't back off now. I mean, if you're going to commit to it, you're going to need to commit to it. Don't say, oh, I wish I would go, and then somebody offers you to go, and then you like back out, you know? Rifleman, France outsells the entire U.S. market in Anakin product by far. By far. By far, my friend. Believe it or not, by far. We have sold over 1 million tanks in France. Over 1 million tanks.
You know what I would love to know?
Million with an M.
We could probably ask. We could probably ask Kathy for that information. I would love to know like the total number of tanks sold.
I know it's over 1 million for sure.
I know we're well over 1 million, but I mean, just
in France.
But I would like those numbers. I'd love to know the number in France only, and then the total number of platform tanks. So that would be any Zenith, any Zlide, any Ares that's sold like just worldwide. What's the number now?
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
It's a lot.
That'd be cool.
I mean, the fact that we're producing now between 750,000 to 1 million coils a month combined.
That's pretty cool.
Between the Z coils and the Z Force. That means it's a lot of tanks out there, and people are buying it. Melissa, by the way, says I'm down.
She's
Make
down.
It happen. Make it happen, Phil. Make it happen. Get her a ticket, and then you and Melissa come down, and I'll host you here in Greece, and we'll have a great time.
Listen, known tube, just to let you know, the price for making Dimitri mad is at least $20.
Chris, thanks, buddy. You didn't make me mad. You don't make me mad. What makes me mad is the reason why this industry has failed over the last 10 years is misinformation. Somebody hears something and they spread it, and it gets out there, and it's just not valid. I'm not mad. I am disturbed by the misinformation. And then people freak out and they panic and they say, oh, I'm not going to get my fucking $40 Chinese piece of shit mod out. It's just like, it's stupid. Don't, do a little research by yourself. The law is out there, I mean, we work for Anakin. We're direct, connection to the Chinese manufacturers. And at the end of the day, don't forget that China doesn't only make mods for America. They make mods for the entire planet.
Yes.
So we sell our products. The platform products are sold in 29 countries. I mean, we don't sell shit to the United States anyway, so it really doesn't make any difference for us. But the point of what I'm trying to make is that China is not only catering to the American market. They're catering to the entire world. So crazy. Something that they're going to stop making non-PMTA mods is the stupidest thing ever. Because let me tell you something. Between me and you and the entire internet, and I'm sure somebody's going to cut this and send it to Vic or Jay or whatever. And look, I like Jay. Don't get me wrong. Vic, he can go fuck himself. But that's not the point. The point that I'm trying to make is all China has to do is take this package right here and make a mod and put a sticker on it that says not to be used with nicotine. And the FDA or the Congress or the Senate or the president or Jesus himself, if you're religious, can't do a fucking thing about it. That's all they have to do. They just put a sticker on here not to be used with nicotine. And it's done. They can sell whatever the fuck they want. That's all it takes. So think, don't be sheep. Think for yourselves.
It's so true. All they have to do is change this ridiculous warning that says this product contains nicotine, and we still don't know why they do this, right? And just say this product not to be used with nicotine. Done.
I just don't understand why you like saying I heard this guy say it is so demeaning to you as a person.
Yeah, but I mean that's how most people get their information now.
But saying that is like you're telling me that
through dumbasses like us on YouTube.
Told me, like literally, the president of China contacted me and told me that that I would take, I would accept that, but that's like asking Phil to cite a law in the United States at the state of California. He wouldn't be able to tell you. You know what he would say? Ask Demi. That's what he would tell you. That's exactly what he would have told you.
True story.
But it's the same thing as you asking me if I put this in an oscilloscope and I'm going to test out the watts versus the joules versus and I would tell you, ask Phil.
Ask Phil.
That's exactly what I would tell you. So just think. That's all I'm asking you to do is just think a little bit, logically.
I found this. It's in French.
There you go. It's in French, but it's still the same thing. 9, 10, and 11, avril, which is April.
April, that's April, yeah.
Yes.
There you go. I found
Save
that.
the date. If you're in Lille, which I doubt anybody that's watching this is in Lille, but if you are, come see us. We're going to be drinking champagne.
Hey, did you ever get a response from Charlie?
You saw the email?
Yeah, did you ever get a response?
Yeah. You didn't see the response?
No.
Like, oh, yeah. The person that was supposed to send it out got fired or quit, and it never went out. And thank you for telling me I'm going to send it out.
Oh. Good.
But.
Sounds like Inikin shipping.
Apparently, it's still not there.
It sounds like Inikin shipping.
So I don't know what. But I'm going to see him in Lille, and I'm going to tell him.
Shannon, it was I know you. Shannon, it was My Vapor Store, Element Vape, and Vapor DNA.
They all have the Chroma 217 Force kit.
And then if you can't find there, go to the Inikin store.
Yes, but it's funny because if I see him, which I am in Lille, I'm assuming, I am going to make him feel so bad. That I expect to get a case of like 60-year-old wine at my house the next day.
Can I throw this away now?
No, keep it. That's good.
Yeah, what am I going to do with it, though? Is it like really crunchy now?
If you pee on it, it will hydrate the tobacco.
I wonder what it'd be like to smoke this. Probably be too strong, huh? It's what? It still smells like really good.
Like tobacco?
Yeah.
Well, it's tobacco leaf.
Yeah, it is tobacco. You know what? It's got like no, it can't be. It's got like it's like a cross between tobacco and urine. And I was thinking like, there's no way my cat could get at it. It's like he didn't pee on it. Yeah, that's weird.
Thoughts from Bill. If all e-liquid makers added on their labels intended for adult use only, keep out of reach of children.
Don't they do that already, though?
I don't know what they do. I really don't. I don't think that's going to change anything at this point. That's not going to change anything. But I will tell you that no matter what happens with laws and regulations and all that, I think there's a large portion of people in America that have quit smoking with vaping. It is just not going to go away. It's not going to go away. So,
but you know what? It's not going to go away. It's going to change. And I've said this several times, right?
It might change, yes.
Because you, me, all these people in the chat, our friends, we are a snapshot in time, okay? And what's happening is we're this group, right? And we're moving forward. Now, behind us, there's all the disposable people, there's the jewel people, it's all of us, right? And what's going to happen eventually is we're going to go away, right? And we're going to be replaced by the disposables and the jewels. And then who knows what's behind the disposables and the jewels? Maybe it's our stuff that comes back. Shit comes back, right? Yeah. Bell bottoms are going to come back. Look at these jean shorts. Look at these things.
It's the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They're making a huge comeback, right?
No, I have not seen anybody make a huge comeback with those except
I'm ahead of the curve. Look, I was at a store the other day. There was a whole section of jean shorts for guys,
and nobody was buying them.
Look. When it comes to style, please, me over you. You got to admit that. All right. So it could come back. You don't know.
Apathy Miller, I believe a couple articles I read said the law would make it so that if China is selling a product, they would have to comply with that destination country's laws. Again, Miller, did you know? God, why are you making me be like a teacher again? Did you know that the FDA has an office in Shenzhen, China? Did you know that? Did you know? The FDA has an office in Shenzhen. The FDA has an office in China. This is not a new law. This has existed forever. Does that stop them right now from forget vaping? Put vaping to the side. Does that stop them from sending anything to America? Do you think that the Chinese government, a communist government that wants their factories to produce everything in this world, that wants all the Chinese people to be working so they're not paying attention to TikTok and Facebook and YouTube, do you think that the government is going to say, listen here, I want you to fire 1,400 people that you have in your factory right now because the FDA told us that you cannot produce this product because it's illegal in our country. And I'm being completely sarcastic here to see how the level of what we're saying is ridiculous. The FDA, look it up. Google it right now. The FDA has had an office in China for I don't know how many years. Supposedly for that reason. It's not happening.
You know what? If it did happen, this would be the only time since I've known you that you would have been wrong, and you've never been wrong.
The only way China will stop making that product is if there's no demand. That's it. We've seen all these manufacturers, all these people that I wish I could share my screen right now. But what I can do is get on my phone.
Is there a link you can send me?
No, it's on my phone.
Oh. Something you can send me real quick?
I will, these are my message requests that I never open, that come from Facebook Messenger. The only thing that has happened is people trying to sell disposables. Pictures. Hello, Chinese disposables. Any demands for disposable vape pens. These are all people that used to make mods. 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗹, ALD, 𝗓𝗓. All these companies that used to make mods, they're making disposables now. That's it. Because that's what the demand is right now. All the messages. Hi, Linda. This is Linda from 𝗍𝗵𝗶𝗀 for disposables. Linda Zhang. Hi, Dimitri. It's nice to meet you. Nina Lu. We have some Geek Vape disposables in stock. Are you interested? I mean, I can go on and show you that the only thing that has changed is the demand. But if you want to make it like it's the Chinese government, if that's the excuse that you want to use, that's fine. But that's not the reason. The reason is that nobody's buying this shit. There's just no demand for it. That's all. Melissa Simmons, did you guys do your book yet? Well, I mean, we're still selling product, Melissa. So you're not gonna see it yet. When we stop selling products, yes, you're gonna see the book, Melissa. Yeah, but I'm gonna add in that book all this false information as well too. I'm capturing it. I'm going to capture.
Yeah, you never let it.
No, it doesn't stop them. Says I'm not disagreeing with you. If you say we're okay, then I believe we're okay. I'm just conversing. Well, that's cool, man. I'm down to it. Yeah. I'm down to converse. It's all good. I love you, Miller. We've known you for a very, very long time, and I'm cool with you. It's not just you I'm talking to. I'm talking to everybody that's listening on this because, like you said, people do get caught up in some other people saying, "Oh, China is going to stop." China can use that as an excuse to cut the market because they're seeing that the disposable market. We've seen this with Anakin as well too. Anakin's making some disposables OEM for other countries, for other companies as well too, because they see that the demand is there, right? So China might use that as an excuse and say, well, you know, we're not allowed. But all these disposables that are coming into the US right now are illegal. Think about this. Every disposable that's on the market in the US right now is an adulterated product. It's not legal.
Well, actually, every vape product in every vape store is illegal.
Exactly. Except the products that have filed a PMTA and have not gotten a response from the FDA. This is from last year, from September 2020, are illegal. But they still continue to ship the disposables into the United States. Don't you think that the FDA in Shenzhen, China, would have told them you cannot ship these disposable products into they're illegal. Again, I'm not criticizing for people that are selling them. Good for them. If they're selling them, that's great. Even some of our products, they're adulterated products in the United States right now. So
hey, I want to say goodnight to Carolyn. I want to say hi to Janine, and I want to say to a bastard. By the time we get around to writing this book, I don't think it's going to be our retirement money because the viewership on the book is going to be the group of people who want to read the book. By the time we get around to writing the book, right, is going to be about as big as people who want to buy a rebuildable tank at that time, right?
We're going to sell 20 copies. They're going to be limited edition though. They're going to be in that gold.
If you want to buy one, we'll drive to your house, we'll give it to you, and we'll autograph it for you.
It's going to be in that gold leaf, in a box too, 1 of 20 signed. It's going to be great. I got a liter of 100 milligram nicotine delivered by USPS to my front porch this week. No signature required. There you go.
By the way, I just got some nicotine delivered too. No issues.
Buddy, let me tell you something. I'm in Greece. I got tons of nicotine right now. I got nicotine for days. PG, VG. I got 8 totes, 275 gallons each. 8 totes of VG and 4 totes of PG coming this week.
Wow. Oh, that's right. Because you got to start mixing over there.
Yeah.
Are you it's late for you. I got to let you go. But are you staffed up to do all this work?
Yes.
You are?
I hired this week an assistant here. I hired 2 people for the lab, 2 people for shipping. We're good to go. The thing about Dash Vapes is he has his software. He wrote it all by himself. He's an IT guy. Is amazing. Like, it's so automated. It's so easy to work with. Order comes in, the label's printed in the language where it's going to. It's just the whole thing is just very, very easy, and it's we're ready to go.
Did you hire any cute girls that like older Italian e-cig reviewers?
I hired one girl here that's going to be the assistant. She's very smart, very good. She's like in where you like in that age. No, it's not for me.
But you said she's very smart.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that.
But this is work. You can't do anything here with work. You got to keep it
absolutely.
Separate.
Oh no. You got to keep that out of the workplace. I understand that.
But the main thing for us here is, as pallets are coming in. Chubby came in the other day. We ordered 45,000 bottles. I have the Chubby bottles down. Stuff is starting to come in, and I'm very, very excited to be able to mix the first pineapple mango ice. Very, very excited.
I have a question. When you're able to mix the first watermelon peach, are you gonna like swim around in it and stuff? Like spread it all over you? You should, because it's made you so much money that you should.
There's some good, there's some really good pictures coming of when that process happens.
Oh no,
me. I got some really good things planned for that.
I can only imagine. You know what I'm experimenting for the first time with?
What?
Unflavored e-liquid.
So what do you think of it?
I don't know enough yet. Because I put it in a tank that had some flavoring in it, and I didn't change the coil, so I'm still getting flavor creep, right? But eventually I'm going to clean this tank out. I'm going to use a fresh coil, and just I want to see if it satisfies me.
Do you know that unflavored is in the top 10 of what Dash Vape sells worldwide?
Really?
Yeah, I actually, in Albania, in my store in Albania, I brought 50 bottles of 60 ml bottles of unflavored finished product for the Albania store, and people do use it, believe it or not.
Well, you know what? It makes sense, and I'm wondering like what the reason is. But you remember, you know what I need out of my vape, right? Flavor is secondary. Vapor is like not even. It doesn't even qualify. I don't need to see vapor, right? I see a little bit. I'm happy. Throat hit. Yeah. I have to have throat hit.
It gives it to you. It gives it to you.
Well, of course,
it really does.
It's the nicotine hit that you get, right?
Yeah. My experience with unflavored is it's like a nutty.
It should be slightly sweet.
A nutty, sweet, bland.
Yeah.
So there's no excitement to it, basically. You know, it's like boring sex. I mean, you're gonna do it, but it could be much better. The result will be the same.
Yeah,
but
I'm just curious.
It's like getting there. It's to me, it's a boring vape. I like pop. I like flavor. I like coolness and all that. But it's not bad. It's not unvapable. There's a guy in the chat's been vaping unflavored for 5 years. So I think that for you, because you are a throat hit guy, that it's going to be so much easier for you than it would be for me.
Yeah. And I think that's why I'm experimenting with it. Yeah, I know some people will think that unflavored is healthier, right? And that makes sense, right? Because it's always the flavorings that we don't know about.
Sure. I don't think that's a bad. I think we see a lot of that in Europe as well too. There's a lot of people that vape just base. When you and Phil finally get to meet up together, will you take a 360-degree slow motion video of you two running to each other? I don't know. Listen. I get to France at 11. He gets to France at 1:30. But of course, because I'm the nice guy, I said that's not a problem. And I'm going to be waiting for him in a rental car at the Paris airport. So I don't know how exciting and romantic that's going to be, but we'll do our best.
I haven't seen you in a while now, right? It's been several months.
Yeah.
By the way, Melissa, even unflavored is exciting with me, just to let you know.
Let me tell you, me, you, and Melissa, we're going to talk when you guys come to Greece all together. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We can exchange liquids.
You're right there. What you just said, it just makes me very nervous.
What?
You said me, you, and Melissa. I know what you want.
We're going to exchange liquids to test out the other people's liquid, just to see how, That's all I'm saying.
As he says during the DP show.
Has anyone purchased the red Z80 kits off Inikin store? Just wondering if it's going to be the same as when I ordered the gold special edition, where it shipped from EU and I waited for like a month. I think that the gold did take a while because there were just very limited pieces in the United States. I don't think it's going to take as long as the red one. Also, keep in mind that the time that the gold came out, it was Chinese New Year as well, too. So everything was shut down.
To a bastard. Absolutely not. Totally disagree with you. My throat hit comes from my nicotine. The adjustment of PG and VG, granted, more PG will enhance your throat hit, but I got to have my nicotine to get my throat hit. Believe me, as soon as I go a little bit below 12, I'm looking for it, even at higher even at higher PG. So, yeah.
Nicotine is a throat hit.
Absolutely. Yep.
Are we going to the Vape Expo in England? Inikin has told us that we should, but I don't know if we want to go that show. It's just going to be disposable heaven. So I don't know. We'll see.
All right. What time is it for you?
It's 3:10 a.m.
Wow.
Dimmy should hold a sign up that says "Welcome home from prison, Phil." Christy. One time when he came to Chattanooga, me and the kids were young at the time, we made these signs that said, it was a joke, but we went to the airport and we were at the bottom of the escalator where you come out in Chattanooga, and we made these signs that said "Welcome home field from Juul Rehab." And we had these big like Juul signs like "Get off Nick" and "Come down from the 50 milligram high." It was fucking hilarious. It was so funny.
We've done many, many funny things to each other.
We've done many things, yes. But the only funny thing I'm going to do now is go to sleep.
Yep. And no, I'm not in New York anymore. I live in Florida now, and I'm very, very happy to be here. God bless you, DeSantis. Okay.
Yes.
Have we said everything?
We said it all.
Okay. You have any final words, any closing thoughts?
Nothing. We don't know when we're going to do another show. Maybe hopefully we do a show before we go to France, if possible, next week. If not, we'll do something live from the show in Lille. So just follow our social media: Instagram, Vaping Greek, Vaping Greek, Facebook, Vaping Greek, and that's it. Look forward to the opening of -vapes.eu. Bookmark the site. We're very excited. It'll be free shipping. A special opening up, 50 euros and above. Will be free shipping anywhere in Europe, which is a great deal. So you can buy a couple bottles of the Unsalted line and get free shipping out of that as well too. And that's it. That's all I had.
Good job, buddy. Thank you very much for staying up so late and helping me out do this show. Thank you guys for watching. You still come here. You still watch us bullshit back and forth. For the DP show, we talk about vaping, talk about other stuff. I never talked about actually going up on stage and hitting Dimitri in the head. I don't think that'll ever happen. But thank you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching.
That would be awesome, though. We should do that in Lille.
It would be. We did have kind of something similar planned for an April Fool's joke, if you remember.
Yeah,
we were going to do something like that.
But maybe we can do it. Maybe we can do it in Lille.
We can't do it in Lille.
Why?
Because the language barrier wouldn't go over good.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys. And please, you can support us by just getting Unsalted e-liquid and buying Inikin product, especially the platform line. And that's it. We're going. I got which button?
Make sure you get with Melissa after the show and then make arrangements for Greece.
Okay. Good night, everybody.